We have a breaking story today, and it involves two words that's associated with Donald Trump. One of them you're probably not accustomed to hearing is today's story. The other one is something you're very accustomed to hearing, and it's the F word.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but Donald Trump is a fascist.
Over the past 8 or 9 years, one word has become associated with Donald Trump by those who study history. If you've been paying attention, you know that words that end in IST and ISM have been weaponized by Trump to stir high emotions in the base.
If you don't vote, the socialists and the communists win. They win.
The base loves these easy, short, repeatable phrases, even if they don't understand them, and he's happy to keep feeding them red meat.
Excuse me, socialism is the PC word for communism. Get it, people?
But the tables turned, and now he has to carry the well-earned weight of the word fascist, something he consistently leans into with his idiotic rhetoric.
You want to be associated with a fascist?
No, I want to be associated with interesting quotes. And people, I have almost 14 million people between Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all of that. Right. And we do interesting things. And I sent it out. It's a very good quote. It's a very interesting quote. And I saw it. I saw and I know who said it, but what difference does it make, whether it's Mussolini or somebody else?
But as I mentioned, experts are saying there's another word that I will share in just a minute. Think of fascism as the word that describes his philosophy, and this word as the blueprint for his planned operation. So as I present some background, I challenge you to guess what that word is. Clue number one to what the word is found in the diabolical plan called Project 2025, explained here by J.T. Chapman of Second Thought. He describes the extreme scheming that is currently going on to turn the government upside down and with great speed, since Trump knows he only has 4 years to go scorched earth on our democracy.
Recently, the American right has dropped a hot new single. Spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation, Project 2025 is a massive 920-page conservative manifesto detailing how they intend to give the president vastly more power, destroy bureaucracy, root out woke propaganda, appoint vetted far-right freedom fighters at every level of government, and have it all ready to implement the day the next conservative president is elected, who will become essentially completely unaccountable.
Have you guessed the word yet? Clue number two is a video from Gene Healy of Reason TV, who explains Donald Trump's relationship with the word and a dire warning that it will not end with Trump.
In many ways, he's just sort of been the very loud, very vocal, extreme energy drink version of what's been on tap all along. The president exercises full spectrum dominance over many areas of American life and law. This is a person that can launch a catastrophic war, unleash fire and fury, start a trade war.
So have you guessed the word yet? I can now reveal it is in the headline, Behind the Curtain, Trump's Imperial Presidency in Waiting. The article goes on to say this about a scary Trump reign of imperialism. Trump would be backed by an overwhelmingly Trump-friendly Senate and House, loaded with loyalists top to bottom. Many were elected since his 2016 win, and many thanks to his endorsement. And the media would investigate, report, and illuminate all of it, but probably with less impact. A second Trump term would start with TV ratings in the tank, mainstream media shrinking, and public attention shattering into dozens of information ecosystems, many built around popular and often partisan celebrities. And this video from MSNBC sheds more light on the imperialism theme.
As it happens, this month's Time magazine cover story offers crucial insight into what Trump plans to do as it relates to abortion and other key issues if he becomes president. Described kind of the imperial presidency. I'll read an excerpt. To carry out a deportation operation designed to remove more than 11 million people from the country, Trump told me he would be willing to build migrant detention camps and deploy the U.S. military both at the border and inland. I mean, you press him on the constitutional implications of this.
Well, I think he understands that many of the things he wants to do on abortion will effectively engineer court battles, right? But, President Trump, when I asked him, sir, you say you want to have a massive deportation operation that will remove as many or more than 11 million migrants. How do you plan to do that? His answer was he would rely on the National Guard to conduct this operation inland to find and haul away undocumented migrants. He would be willing to use the military if he felt it was necessary. He's also going to try and induce state and local police departments to participate by tying federal funding to their involvement in the effort. I think President Trump understands he would face lawsuits trying to challenge him, but this is one particular matter where he plans to pursue his agenda with alacrity.
So is there hope for America? Well, of course, voting down the fascist philosophy and the imperialist power structure plan is the first step, and I'll give Gene Haley the final word in how America can turn this troubling trend around. And before you go, please comment below with the one word you think best describes Donald Trump, whether it ends in IST or not.
Nobody who's willing to do what it takes to gain the presidency is going to turn around and say, you know what, now that I'm here, I'd like a lot less power. If there is to be presidential powers reform, and there certainly should be, it's going to have to be imposed. It's not impossible to put the presidency back in its box. We need Congress people that act as though they care about the institution itself and the powers it holds. And we've seen too little of that in recent decades.